Hi guys, it's Sarah from Book Nerds and Fangirls, and today I'm going to be doing my review of episodes 1 through 3 of Crazy Ex-Girlfriend for season 3, and I have to say that I love this show to death. It's like one of my favorite shows out there now. I was so sad after Vampire Diaries ended, but luckily for me, I had Crazy Ex-Girlfriend to fill the void this year. Yeah, as well as Riverdale. Yes, I have been trying to catch up on Riverdale as well. Well, I made it through season 1. I'm on episode 2 of season 2. Haven't watched episode 3, but after that, I'll download my episode review for Riverdale season episodes 1 through 3 of season 2. Mostly because I feel like it's just easier to do collective group episodes than try to come out every week with a new review for every episode, because I've been getting super busy lately with work and the holiday season, and I went on vacation last week. It was marvelous and glamorous, and I totally loved being on vacation, but that's beside the point. For Crazy Ex-Girlfriend, I have to say that they're really killing it this season. I could officially say that the ship for Josh and Rebecca has officially sank. Like, after this episode, I don't know how Josh will ever be redeemable in Rebecca's eyes ever again. Like, I can't believe he did some of the shitty ass things he did, and then he feels justified by doing the shitty ass things that he did because he found out what Rebecca did because she told him about it. I think she needed to have major cojones to actually admit all that to him, and then he does the major fuckboy thing and goes, "Oh my god, she's crazy. That means nothing. Everything that I ever did, every little thing is totally justified because she's crazy." Not how real life works, sweetie. Sweetie, if you do a shitty thing, you own up to it. You just don't blame the fact that she's you do shitty things on the fact that she's crazy. Crazy. You knew for a fucking fact before you proposed to her that she moved to Escovina to actually be with you, because she revealed that in the end of season 1. Not to mention, she didn't even do a pregnancy test before she told you she was pregnant, so that's another crazy thing that she did that it would have totally flashed warning signs of that, and you never felt like this wedding stuff was exactly right, but you proposed to her anyway. She didn't force you to propose to her. You did that yourself. You're the one who skipped out on the wedding, so no, it is not Rebecca's fault that you're a huge ass dick. Sorry. Not sorry. So, for some of you that might be new to my channel, I hate Josh Chan with a passion. Josh Chan reminds me of every single fuckboy that I've ever known, and god, this episode, he was just the worst. Like, I hated him, like, for the last 2 episodes, ever since he left Rebecca, because he was a pussy or a coward, and sorry for all the cuss words in this video. It's just, I just watched the 3rd episode recently, and my blood is boiling, and I hate Josh Chan with a passion. So if his whole review turns out to be, I hate Josh Chan, Chanfest, I do apologize. I know there are a lot of people out there who do like Josh Chan as a character. I personally don't get it, but you do you. That's cool. That's cool. He does have some likable qualities, but for me, I don't see them. And after this episode, I definitely won't see Josh Chan as a respectable human being. Yeah, I know Rebecca is crazy, and she has her flaws. Like, Rebecca's majorly crazy, but we already go into this show knowing the fact that Rebecca's crazy. Like, she owns her crazy, and Josh, the one thing I think I can't stand about Josh is he always has to deny everything. He has to deny that everything isn't, he has to deny everything that's his fault. He has to put blame on everyone else except him. He doesn't own up to his responsibilities or nothing. It's like dealing with a fucking man-child or something like that, and I really hate characters who are man-children, so bless you, baby. So, yeah, there's that. Ooh. But let's get off the whole I hate Josh Chan ban at the moment, because I feel like there are several women out there, not even just women, men as well, that watch the show and feel like Josh is like a huge douche canoe, because he is. He is. Like, we go in thinking Josh is like a really nice guy, when in actuality he's just really douchey, and I don't get why Rebecca likes him. Like, Rebecca is so pretty and smart and educated. Yeah, she's a crazy person, but I've seen a lot of people who, like, want to mess with crazy, and who want to date crazy, and who want to marry crazy. Everyone that is extremely better than Josh Chan. Trust me. I could do better. No, I could do better. She could do better. But yeah, it's just, just totally, okay, so, alright, now that I got, most of my rant out of the way, let's discuss the episodes. So, episode 1 of Crazy Ex-Girlfriend of Season 3 was kind of disappointing to me. I felt like I needed more out of the episode. Like, I didn't even remember episode 1, and it was just like 2 weeks ago, guys. Guys, that's how forgettable of an episode it was for me. One thing I did appreciate about the first episode, and even, like, these episodes, like, they're giving more time to supporting cast than to Rebecca and Josh and even Nathaniel. Like, we're getting a whole lot more Nathaniel time, which I personally love, because I love Nathaniel and Rebecca together. If Rebecca can't have Greg because Santiago or Santino, I can't remember how you say his name, left the show, then I definitely want her with Nathaniel. Yeah, Nathaniel's an ass, but you know what? He's not any worse than Josh is, in my personal opinion. He actually genuinely cares about Rebecca, unlike Josh, who, if he really did care about Rebecca, and we'll get to this in a minute, he wouldn't have legit use confidential police files. I think there are police files to tear her down and discredit her. It's just, okay, yeah, I know Rebecca was doing the same thing in that episode, but she was doing it with lies. She would never personally do anything to hurt Josh, and for Josh to actually open those files, which contain personal information that is none of his business to begin with. It's totally illegal, for one. Like, if Rebecca and Paula want to do this whole case about suing Josh Chan for pain and suffering, they could definitely nail him on the fucking head with that one. Like, stealing a person's confidential files, whether it be police/medical without a warrant or any reasonable cause, is, as a matter of fact, illegal, because Josh doesn't have the authority to take those. Neither did the guy who actually took them and gave them to Josh. But since Josh has them, how much do you want to bet they're gonna use that? I hope that comes to bite him in the ass later. I really do. And now that we're discussing this whole Robert scenario, because that was a part of the files, was her getting her having a restraining order against him by this guy named Robert, who was her college professor that she was obsessed with and burned down his house. I wonder if they're gonna cast him for this season, because I'm really intrigued to see where this whole Robert thing goes. Like, are they gonna use him as a witness in this whole case? Are they totally just gonna drop the case out because they now think Rebecca's crazy? Who knows? I don't know if this is actually gonna come into play, because why use Robert in the first place? first place? Why even make up this storyline if you're not gonna use it at some point besides this point? Because it's way too early in the season, so I don't know how they're gonna play out the rest of the season. It seems like next week she's legit gonna go crazy, and I don't blame her. Like, if all of my information got leaked like that, and a guy like Josh Chan did that to me, I would go crazy on his ass too. I wouldn't have cared at that point, because that's personal, and you guys don't, spill out people's personal information like that, whether or not you want to get revenge on them or not. It's just, okay. Okay, like, shit. What are you, fucking 12 or something? Something, like, and yeah, the second episode Rebecca didn't do, like, the best thing for her, but still. So I'm losing track. But, the first episode, I remember Rebecca getting, like, a total makeover, like, darker hair, whiter clothes. Can I just say that I love the whole black and white scheme for Rebecca this season? It seems like most of her wardrobe this season is black and white, except the tan coat and the red dress she wore this season. It's been like a constant black and white theme, which I totally love. It's like good versus evil, and it just totally reminds me about, if anyone's watched the movie Black Swan, how further it progresses, the darker her wardrobe gets, because it's to show one of the main plot points in the movie. Now, that would be an interesting thing if they were doing that on Crazy Ex-Girlfriend. I'm not sure if they're going for that, but it would definitely be fascinating if they were. But may I say that Rebecca looked great. Great in that white dress. I totally adore her wardrobe this season. Like, some of Rebecca's wardrobe I wouldn't personally wear for myself, but damn, I would definitely wear that white dress. White dress. Other things about episode 1 that I liked. I'm gonna discuss the songs. Where's Rebecca Bunch was an interesting one. I liked how, like, most of the songs this season, I feel are like theater songs. Like, they go straight out of musical theater. They do have a few songs that aren't like musical theater this season, but the main focus in this one is musical theater, which is was one of Rebecca's main passions before she decided that she was gonna go to law school to appease her mother, I think. I don't remember what exactly happened, my bad. But is this a season where Rebecca is actually finally gonna go, you know what, fuck y'all, I'm gonna work on myself, I'm gonna get myself the degree that I've always wanted? I'm gonna become a big star, and screw you, Josh, and I really hope after this, she's definitely done with Josh, cause, God, Josh is just the worst. I hate him. And he's not boyfriend material. I don't even like him with anyone. Like, Anna could have done better. Valencia definitely could do better. And Rebecca. And everybody he's ever dated could do better than this dumbass over here. He's like, I don't want to go to preschool, and then everyone makes running joke about preschool. That's pretty funny, but God, I was so glad that they didn't include the real Josh in episode 1, because I didn't feel any missing of Josh's character. Like, Josh could have disappeared for the whole flippin' season, and I wouldn't have cared. Because I am not a Josh Chan fan. Like, like, Josh Chan as a character is just no use to me. I don't like him. Like, ugh. I think he's a very good antagonist, if that makes sense. Because he does do a lot of good things to make me hate him. So, another thing about episode 1 was a scheme for Rebecca to make a sex tape with someone who looks like Josh. And it was, like, the guy who plays Josh was also in this episode. episode. He wasn't in it as Josh, but he was in it as that one, I can't remember if he was British. I think it was British actor, and it looks like Josh actually looked hotter that way. Like, Vincent, the actor, actually looks really hot like that. I hate him as Josh, but could he come back as that character? Because, damn, he was hot as that character, and even he could be a better boyfriend to Rebecca, honestly. I think anyone could.
Shay, don't do that, sweetie.
Here's my cat trying to play director over here.
Shade?
I guess I'll just have to hold her because she keeps on wanting attention. So, she's gotta keep on going on the keyboard and other stuff. But, yeah. Yeah, he could also be a better person for Rebecca, in my personal opinion. So, and then after that, they realize that everything they're doing doesn't work, like the porn video of Josh Chan saying, "I hate Jesus," or something like that. Doesn't work out because, yeah. Yeah, I agree that's a terrible plan. Like, most of Rebecca's plans, I'm like, girl, you're crazy. I know you could fucking come up with better revenge plots than what you're doing. Honestly, like, ugh. Like, Nathaniel's plans, which we'll get to, weren't, like, the best either. Like, actually, they're pretty damn horrible. But, God, like, mailing poop, that's disgusting. Disgusting. I totally get the wanting to, but, yeah, no one really does that in real life. So, they decide just to go for a simpler case, which is a civil lawsuit of suing Josh for pain and suffering. Which, yeah, I would like, if I was Rebecca, I would definitely sue him for the money that I'm out because of the wedding. Like, she could totally do that. Like, if I was Rebecca and I had wasted all that money on a wedding that didn't happen, I would totally sue my ex-fiance for doing that, honestly, because it's like, hey, you're the one who proposed to me. It's like, I was totally okay with just dating, but, you know, it's actually a pretty good idea. Like, people did their jobs, and I don't know if they were paid or not. Fair enough, but if Rebecca did pay him and she's out that much money because Josh decided to be a fucking idiot and decided to not cancel the wedding before, it was just, I would sue him for that money, honestly. Honestly, at least get something back for all your time and patience with a stupid fucking idiot. You know what I mean? So, episode 2 of Crazy Ex-Girlfriend was personally my favorite out of all 3 of them. I didn't, like, just episode 3 of season 3 just made me pissed off. But episode 2 was legit. I love it. It was so funny and hilarious. And I like how they're giving more, like I said, I love how they're giving more screen time to the to the supporting cast. Because, yeah, I love Rebecca, but a show is only as good as its supporting cast, and it takes more than a main actor to carry a show, in my personal opinion. Yeah, you have to have a great main actor to keep interest, but you also gotta have great supporting characters, and yeah, I love Paula to death, but I'm glad I actually get to see Valencia and Heather and everyone else in The Office. I think her name's Mandy. I like how I get to see Mandy and Tim. And even George is back this season. How crazy is that? And we get to see White Josh and Daryl and Hector again. Like, I can't remember when's the last time we saw Hector, or even Greg's boss. So when was the last time I saw home base besides when Greg decided to leave in season 2? I can't remember the last time I saw that place. that place, but home base was back in episode 3. So I appreciated that they're giving more time to the supporting cast. So episode 2 was great. It was so well scripted and well thought out. So of course Rebecca wants revenge, and she's being really impatient with her revenge. So she decides that she's gonna enlist the help of Nathaniel using sexual I can't remember relations to get him to do what she wants to do. And yes, they do end up having sex in this episode, which I loved that they had sex, but at the same time it kind of bummed me out because I want them to have sex because they want to have sex, not because out of any obligation for him doing a solid for like, I know it's real for Nathaniel. I know he really cares about her, which I love. I love how Nathaniel is just such a hard ass to everyone except her. Like, as everyone knows, I love to hate relationships. You didn't know that I was a Damon and Elena fan. You do now, but I do definitely love the whole he's such a horrible person to everyone but her cliche. It's just weird. I usually hate horrible people in real life, but I could definitely appreciate that trope at least. Because it makes room for character improvement, like a person becoming a better person for another person is like one of my favorite plot devices of all time. But Nathaniel, I love Scott Michael Foster to death. He's like one of my favorite actors personally. Like, I loved him in Chasing Life, and I loved him as Cappy in Greek, and he just continues to impress me with this role. Like, I loved him in season 2. Like, I love the sexiness of this episode, and I definitely love the whole vibrator scenes whenever they were talking about whenever Mandy or whatever her name is was reading that magazine, and even Miss Hernandez was in on this running gag with the whole Tim can't pleasure his wife and she's using a vibrator instead of actually legit communicating with him and saying, hey, I'm just not into it. And I'm really intrigued to see if that 33% of orgasm is actually real. Like that's an intriguing fact, and I think that's actually a legit fact too. I definitely know that men definitely orgasm more easily than girls do. Which, I've never minded that, but still, the fact that he thinks that he can make his wife orgasm every time was just hilarious. Because that's just not scientifically possible. Because sometimes women just aren't in the mood, and they just, even if they are in the mood, sometimes it just doesn't happen. It's just the way our biology works, and it's weird. Honestly. But I like how they parodied 50 Shades Darker, because I haven't seen any show and or movie parody this movie yet. But yeah, probably because the horrible one, but the first one was so horrible that no one actually wanted to sit through the second, except people that get paid to review this shit. But like, I remember that I rented 50 Shades Darker for my bachelorette party, and I didn't even watch it because it just seemed so horrible. I think the only line I actually liked about it was when Christian got vanilla ice cream, and Anna was all like, oh, your new favorite flavor. That was actually a funny joke, but besides that, it was just weird and dull, and like, really? You couldn't think of better plots than that? What do I expect when it's just Twilight fanfiction, But, yeah, that episode was great. I loved it. It was amazing seeing Rebecca and Nathaniel actually working together. So after they have sex, Rebecca and Nathaniel states what he was gonna do to Josh in order to get back at him for Rebecca. Like, he was about to frame Josh's sister for plagiarism, which, you know, it would be so sad if Rebecca. I was glad that Rebecca didn't follow through the plan, because going after a guy's family is low. Like, go after Josh if you're pissed at him, just don't go after a person's family. That's not cool. Cool no matter how pissed off you are at him. Like, she actually is top of her class apparently, and they're gonna set her up for plagiarism? That's just not cool. I can't remember what they were gonna do to Josh's dad. He was gonna do something to Josh's dad, which I didn't approve of either, and then pull the plug on Josh's grandfather. Like, okay, that goes totally past crazy and to serial killer. Not serial killer, but murder. So yeah, I hope that plan never comes into play, cause that would be a sucky ass plan. Like, not only are you hurting Josh, you're hurting everyone that he's ever cared about. That's not cool. Cool, bro? Like, seriously? So, after Rebecca rejects the plans, which I'm glad she did, Daniel asks what she wants, and I totally agree with Rebecca when all she wants is for Josh to fucking face what he did to her. Like, yeah, totally, girl. I totally understand that. Like, seriously, if you guys got gypped at the altar by someone who proposed to you in the first place, wouldn't you want, like, at least an explanation? Like, Josh didn't even, like, talk to her face to face. Like, this whole situation, yeah, Rebecca would still be fucking pissed off about it, but all Josh did was run. He didn't even face it. Like, I was gonna write you an email? Seriously? Like, does Rebecca legit not mean jack shit to you? That you were just gonna write her an email and go, well, that's over. Good thing I dodged that bullet. But, like, yeah, I know Rebecca's crazy and you think she's gonna murder you in her sleep. In your sleep or something, but I don't think Rebecca would actually hurt you. Now, other people, not sure. Not sure, but definitely not you. She can't even hurt Josh when she's pissed at him, as exhibited in episode 3, because she actually legit felt bad about the things that she did to him in this episode, which we'll get to, because, yeah, that was childish. But, guys, so Rebecca finally decided, like, after looking at her wedding dress in her apartment, goes to confront Josh in the fucking, I can't remember what that, I'm just gonna say a fellowship hall, because I know that that's not it. I think that's Baptist, but I don't know. Comment down below and let me know, because I'm not really, I believe he's in the Catholic religion. I've never really been into Catholic religion, so I don't know a lot about it. I know about confession and communion, but that's it. But, so she goes to that. She goes to the church to confront Josh about it, and I think it's precinct. I don't know. She goes there to confront Josh, and it turns into one of the best musical numbers ever, with her telling him exactly what she thinks. I think I missed a song on the last one. Yes, I did. I think we'll discuss the songs after I discuss the episodes. But I didn't really like how they found a song that worked for her confession, even though she did confess everything, which, you know, is pretty crazy when you hear it all together. Like, damn, Rebecca is that crazy. Like shit. But still, like, the one thing that, like, after she confronts him about it, that pisses me the fuck off, which I have said probably multiple times in this video, because I like to repeat myself apparently, but the one thing that pissed me off was him saying, "Don't you get it? It's not my fault. I don't have to feel guilty about anything." It's all like, seriously? You don't think you have to feel guilty about at least a fraction of what she went through? Yeah, she's fucking crazy, but did she deserve to get left at an altar waiting for you? No. No, that's your fault, bro. That's not her fault. Her fault no matter how crazy she is. So you should at least apologize, like, for that. And not some bullshit apology either. It's like, seriously. So after she confesses everything, Josh comes back to West Covina, because he's all like, "Oh, I guess I don't have to be a priest anymore, because I don't have to feel guilty about anything now. I mean, come on, bro. Like, seriously, where is your compassion or human decency?" You see, so he decides to come back, and of course Rebecca is freaking out, and we get a younger 13-year-old Rebecca back, which is funny because she's like the anxious side of Rebecca, and she's calling her all kinds of cuss words like a bitch and stuff, and I'm like, oh god, this is so hilarious. But sheesh. So this episode, it's basically just a whole let's shit on each other fest for Josh and Rebecca, because Rebecca decides to discredit everything that Josh is gonna tell his friends about her. Let's see. She's gonna do an article with this one blog to totally discredit Josh, which was a really bad idea to begin with. Like, they should have just probably left well enough alone and just let friends say, "Oh yeah, she's crazy," because whenever Josh tried to tell his friends that she was crazy, all they said is, "Wow, okay, we don't believe you." And I don't think that had anything to do with that article that Rebecca made the people post. I think that was legit them saying, "Hey, you're being kind of a dick, bro." Which Josh is like a major dick. I've been saying this whole time. Like, I know guys like Josh. Like, a lot of them don't mean to be major dicks, but sometimes they just come across that way. Even if the road is paved with good intentions, like, Josh's road is not paved with good intentions. He's being malice and cruel just because he doesn't want to own up to half the shit he did. And is Rebecca being cruel? Yeah, I didn't appreciate the fact that she lied about Josh being all these horrible things just to discredit him. Like, Rebecca, for every 2 steps forward she goes a step back, I've noticed. But that's another thing I hate about Josh, is the fact that whenever he proposed to her, she was actually getting better. And we see Rebecca actually making a breakthrough because her psychologist / therapist knows she's fucking crazy, and she's really trying to help her, and Josh isn't helping. All he's doing is making matters worse, and he's not seeing that. Like, if Josh really wanted to help Rebecca, like he's claiming that he wants to help her, he would not. He would mind his own damn business and just go the fuck away. Honestly, because he's the reason why she's crazy. I mean, that, and she's actually crazy, but he's not helping matters any. And if Rebecca really wants help, he's like, if I was Rebecca and my friends were confronting me, because that's the end of this episode. Her friends were going, "We need to talk about this," which is all the stuff with Robert and stuff. And they wanted to commit me to a psychiatric hospital, I would make one exception, and that's Like, I'll go if you keep Josh Chan the fuck away from me from the rest of my life because he's an asshole. Asshole who only sees his personal gain and not anyone else's. Like, Josh Chan is in it for one person only, and that's himself. And I don't know why anyone else not noticed this. Josh Chan is a very selfish person, and so is Rebecca at times. Like, Rebecca could be an extremely selfish person, as exhibited in this episode when Heather is feeling anxious about the fact that she's about to be graduating, and all Rebecca could seem to care about is herself. We've seen multiple examples of how Rebecca is also selfish, but I don't think two selfish people can make a cohesive team together. I just don't see Rebecca and Josh actually working no matter how much Rachel Bloom seems to ship the two. I don't know how she ships the two, but I don't know. I guess I have to watch interviews by her again because I don't remember why she ships these two. I know a lot of people go first love and other stuff, but sometimes your first love isn't gonna be your only love, and that's just the plain truth of it all. That rarely even happens anymore. And I know the plot of Crazy Ex-Girlfriend. Like, I'm starting to see that they're throwing all these really more eligible guys at Rebecca. To show, hey, sometimes when you think the grass is greener on the other side, it's actually really not greener on the other side, and it's just, it's a very great plot. I like how they're playing with it now. I'm glad how we're finally getting the actual legit Crazy and Crazy Ex-Girlfriend. So yeah, it's becoming great. And one thing that really makes me sad about this episode is that she's totally blowing Nathaniel off after she's had sex with him. Like, Rebecca, I know she's a selfish person, but blowing Nathaniel off, come on. Like, the one legit person that actually likes you, did you not learn your lesson by Greg after he left you in season 2? Like, come on. You think after Greg, Rebecca would find out that Josh isn't worth jack shit, but, that's Rebecca, that's her love life. But I don't know, so let's discuss, songs for this season, because I like some of the songs. Episode 2 definitely had the most legit songs. The other 2 episodes didn't even compare to episode 2. So we had the first one, which was Where's Rebecca Bunch, which is totally like a musical theater homage. Some people were comparing it to Hamilton. I don't know if it was Hamilton. Didn't look like Hamilton to me. But it was definitely something to witness. And I liked how it was mostly supporting cast at first. That was pretty cool. I wish the whole song was supporting cast. But I did enjoy Rachel Bloom's part in it. Which, if you guys don't know, Rachel Bloom is the girl who plays Rebecca. She actually has a YouTube channel on here called Rachel Does Stuff. So if you haven't subscribed to that channel yet, I would. She's totally hilarious, and I just love her to death. But, that one's a really great one. Then we have, Let's Generalize About Men, which is a song that is pretty self-explanatory. It's generalizing about men. And one thing that I really hate about that song was the ending of how they're saying all men are rapists. And that's until, I get that it's a generalization, but at the same time, come on guys, that wasn't cool. That is probably why I rated episode 1 lower than episode 3. Because episode 3 actually made me feel a lot of emotions. Like, it made me feel anger, and it was hilarious at times, but episode 1 was just not that great. They could have done a lot better with it. But luckily for me, after episode 1 was the greatest episode of season 3, which was episode 2. So they made a strong comeback with that one, with especially the songs. So the first song they had on there was Strip It All Away, which, I don't know, it kind of reminds me of a song in Chicago. It had this very Chicago vibe, so that might have been a Chicago parody right there. But I definitely loved that one. I even showed it to the vast majority of my coworkers, like all the songs from that episode, because they're just so great. They're definitely on my top favorites, which I'll reveal top favorites at the end of season 3. Because I missed my whole favorites of season 2 thing. I just think it'll be fun to, put my favorite Crazy Ex-Girlfriend songs all in one video. I think I'll do a video about my favorite Crazy Ex-Girlfriend songs after season 3 ends, but we'll see about that. We'll see how busy I get in May, but, so then we had the song oh god, I don't even remember what it was. I call it, the vibrator song, but I think it's actually called the buzzing from the bathroom, and that's, like, one of my top favorite songs. That song is so flippin' hilarious. It reminds me of the one back in season 1 that Greg sang in the whole I Gave You an UTI. Like, I think I Gave You an UTI, besides Sexy Getting Ready song, was my favorite one of season 1. It was just super hilarious. And I miss the season 1 song so much. And then, last but not least, we had the whole, After Everything I Did For You That You Didn't Ask For reprise. God, that's a flippin' mouthful right there. That one was great. Rebecca confessing everything that she did and how fucking pissed off she was. It just, like, Rachel Bloom owns that performance, y'all. Like, seriously. And then we had these not so great songs in this one. God, I can't even remember what Heather's song was called. Let me look it up really fast. Because I know I could look it up, right here. The Moment Is Me. That's, the Heather's new one. I didn't really like it. I thought it was okay. Like, these songs in these episodes here were okay. But I gotta say, I Go to the Zoo, Nathaniel's new one was pretty funny. And apparently it was a parody of Hotline Bling, which I could totally see. Or some Drake song, I can't remember. But that one was funny. So overall, if I had to rate the episodes by ratings, from favorite to least favorite, it would go season 3, episode 2, season 3, episode 1. No, wait. Season 3, episode 3, and season 3, episode 1. Because definitely episode 1 was my least favorite out of all the 3. And that's okay. Not every episode of Crazy Ex-Girlfriend could be a winner. There was some in season 2 that just bored me to tears. I'm just so glad they got Nathaniel into the show, y'all, because if I had to watch her be lovey-dovey with Josh, I think I would literally rip my hair out. But there you guys have it. I think that's all my thoughts on the first 3 episodes of Crazy Ex-Girlfriend. So comment down below and let me know what you guys think. Do you think Josh Chan is the biggest dick in the universe? Or do you think that he's justified in his actions? Comment down below and let me know, and I will see you guys in maybe 3 more weeks for my next Crazy Ex-Girlfriend video. Bye!